Hey there! Welcome to this week's Sketchbook School Student Bulletin. I hope you all are having a great week, and for those of you that are at the Urban Sketchers Symposium in Chicago, I hope you're having a blast. We can't wait to hear what you've been up to, and I can't wait to share with you what our students have been up to in our community and in our classrooms. In the closed Facebook group, it's really common to see students doing little drawings throughout their day of seemingly mundane moments, whether they're capturing waiting rooms at doctor's offices, car dealerships, or even waiting in parking lots or in the school pickup line after school with their kids. Students tend to draw lots of quiet little moments just to pass the time and have little spurts of creativity here and there. One student actually changed her perspective a bit and turned a pretty mundane activity into something really visually pleasing. This student actually took her sketchbook to a swim practice where she had to wait for her kids to take their swim lessons. Now she chose a challenging perspective, and she actually sat pretty high up, so she almost had a bird's eye view of the pool. And now this seems really simple, but her changing her perspective actually yielded a really awesome drawing that started out really simple at first. So while you're capturing the little moments of your day, even the mundane ones, just remember that changing your perspective, even just a little bit, can yield great results and really interesting drawings. Another student who did some drawings and ended up using some collage based on some found materials that she found while traveling created a really cool image while she was stuck in a hostel on a rainy night during her travels. Now we often talk about using found materials to document the places around you, or say a trip that you're on. Well, this student actually used those collage materials as the framing for her actual drawing. And the results were really cool, and it was really neat to see the essence of the place around her and the activities she'd participated in, kind of framing the overall subject of her drawing, which was pretty simple. So don't forget to be collecting things as you travel and as you make your way around this summer, because even these tiny little tidbits, scraps of paper, and ticket stubs are going to add a lot of memories to your sketchbook. Also in the closed Facebook group, one of our faculty members pointed out a perfect opportunity that's pretty common in the summer for urban sketching and people watching. Melanie shared some drawings that she did at an accordion festival this summer. And Melanie Ream is one of our instructors from our old course, Storytelling, and she does a lot of reportage and urban sketching. So she loves capturing people and people in motion. Her drawings of the accordion festival were a good reminder that there are festivals happening and celebrations happening all summer that are the perfect places to draw. And it might seem intimidating because there's so many people and big crowds, but these festivals offer up some really interesting visuals and awesome things that you can document in your sketchbook that are truly unique. For me, I was checking out our calendar events for Central Ohio and some of the more rural parts of our state, and I saw some events like the State Fair with a butter sculpting contest, a Sasquatch festival, and even a washboard music festival. And I thought to myself that these events would give me some really interesting subject matter to draw. So think about what's been happening in your area and some of the big events coming up this summer. And don't be shy when it comes to drawing in crowded places. On a similar note, in the student union, students have been getting really excited about urban sketching and sharing their drawings and their travel sketches as they get pumped up for our upcoming course, Urban Sketching. One student, Max, shared a really funny story. And I think it really points out the idea that we talk about a lot, the fact that drawing in public might be really scary, but 9 times out of 10, the people around you are going to admire what you're doing and be really curious and inquisitive. So Max was doing a drawing on location while traveling in Copenhagen, and he sat down to draw a building across the street that he thought was really interesting and pretty. And as he was drawing this building, a woman who presumably lived in the building came out and sat on the balcony. So he began to add her into his drawing. So he kept drawing this scene, and a woman walked up behind him, who actually must have been a neighbor or a friend of the woman on the balcony, and she hollered across the street, "Hey, this guy's drawing your house! You should come take a look!" He may have been a little bit mortified, but the woman came downstairs and was delighted at the fact that Max was drawing her home, and she proceeded to talk with him for a while about her and her husband and how they lived in Copenhagen for over 50 years. Now this little interaction was really pleasant for Max, and he said it only added to the moment and the memories that he was documenting in this sketch. So just remember this while you're out and about, and you might think about being afraid of drawing in public. And like Max, you'll definitely see that drawing in public has so many advantages, and then I can almost guarantee that most of your interactions with other people will be positive and interesting. So open yourself up to those experiences, and remember that that social aspect of storytelling and urban sketching is one of the best parts about urban sketching, so we don't want you to miss out on it. In the classroom, students have been chipping away at one of our on-demand courses, Creative Lettering. Since we promoted this course a few weeks ago with a sale price, so many students joined us for Creative Lettering, and a lot of them are working through the homework assignments with each other right now. We've seen some amazing uses of Creative Lettering, and I love watching students take the homework assignments and make them applicable to their everyday lives. One student used this as an opportunity to recreate a movie poster for one of her favorite movies, just to practice her lettering. Another student used it to illustrate a quote that she ended up putting on a postcard to send her sister. Another student even used the poster homework assignment to create a poster for a local bake sale that she was helping out with in her neighborhood. I think the results were pretty eye-catching, and I'm sure it helped her bake sale. As I mentioned before, we're also super pumped for our upcoming course, Urban Sketching. We're about to launch the course in a few short days here, so if you haven't signed up yet, you can go to sketchbookschool.com/courses and join us. Our co-founders Danny and Kosha have been getting in the urban sketching spirit and doing all sorts of drawings in their neighborhoods and broadcasting their experiences in the closed Facebook groups. Let's just say we're all really excited to be urban sketching together here in a couple days, and don't miss out because I think you're going to want to be a part of it. One note about urban sketching that Suzanne actually mentioned on our blog last week. If you see the term urban sketching and you think that it doesn't apply to you because maybe you live in a rural area or a small town or a different kind of setting, don't worry and don't be put off, because this course is going to teach you the basics of documenting your world, no matter where that world happens to be. So whether it's a row of tractors, a bunch of cornfields, a small sleepy main street downtown, or skyscrapers next door, urban sketching is going to give you the tools to capture everything, and we can't wait to see it. That's all for this week's Sketchbook School Student Bulletin, but I hope to see you all in urban sketching in a few days, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for tuning in!